which is about unleashing the potential of Education 4.0 on innovative pedagogy and industry-ready skills. For that, I invite our session moderator, PC Vyas, Director, Institute of Advanced Research, Gandhinagar. Please, I welcome you on the stage. Everybody, put your hands together and let's welcome him. Now I invite our panelist on the stage, Dr. Mahendra Sharma, Pro-Chancellor and Director General, Ganpat University, Mehsana. Also, I request Mr. Parth Kotecha, Associate Vice President, Noble University, Junagadh, Dr. DJ Shah, Provost, Indrashil University, Rajpur, Dr. Parag Sanghani, Provost, PP Savani University, Surat, Dr. S. Sundar Manoharan, Vice Chancellor, Pandit Deendayal Energy University, Gandhinagar, Dr. Shrikant wagh, Provost, UPL University of Sustainable Technology, Bharuch, Dr. Ragin Shah, Provost, Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar, Mr. Swapnil Ajmera, Director, Coursera for Campus. I welcome our session moderator and all the other panelists. Here we will discuss about unleashing the potential of Education 4.0 on innovative pedagogy and industry-ready skills.
Namaskar and good afternoon to all of you. I am Brigadier PC Vyas and I am heading Institute of Advanced Research, the IR University at Gandhinagar. And it's a matter of immense pride and privilege for me to be sitting amongst illustrious academicians, the doyens of higher education in Gujarat. And all of them, they don't need any introduction, but as they talk, they will give a brief introduction about themselves. And I will start with some concept notes about the topic, and thereafter, one by one, my fellow panelists, they will speak for about 4 to 5 minutes. And at the end of, once all of them have spoken on the specific discussion points, then we'll be open to questions in case there are any. And the topic for this panel discussion, the very apt and relevant, unleashing the potential of Education 4.0 on innovative pedagogy and industry-ready skills. Just a few days back, I was going through one of the newspapers and I saw we have this thought for today on the page of editorial, and that sums it up very well as far as the concept of Education 4.0 is concerned. And this famous quote is by Rainer Maria Rilke. He is an Australian poet and he's also a very renowned novelist. In German language also, he has had a number of writings and very famous books he has written. And this thought which I want to quote is, it says that the future enters into us in order to transform itself in us long before it happens. Basically, it says that future is nothing but our ability combined with the preparation. So the aspect of Education 4.0 is nothing but it is already dawning upon us, and it is no choice. We have to go for it, and might as well, if we prepare well, probably we'll be doing well for ourselves when we talk about making our great country as Viksit Bharat. So unless we become knowledge guru, that dream of becoming Viksit Bharat may not fructify. So Education 4.2 is the right way forward. And we know that today education is undergoing an exciting transformation, moving away from traditional classroom models towards more innovative and personalized learning experiences. This new paradigm is often called Education 4.0. And if we go through the education landscape, Education 1.0 when teachers were at the center and they were the primary source of knowledge. And education was basically, the students were basically passive learners. When it came to education 2.0, the interaction between teachers and students became more prominent, but the focus remained on rote memorization for the exam. Today, once we are into education 3.0, now we can say that the student is at the center. But teachers are guides or facilitators, and we can say that the ownership of learning has been taken over by the student, but still, as far as the self-learning is concerned, we have to cover a long way, and that is where we talk about education 4.2 in the future. We are looking at flexible learning, a student chartering his own path for education, self-directed learning, and our focus on emphasizing creativity over memorization, where we are able to leverage technology and focus is on collaboratory projects and other modern things. So with education 4.2, the major change is in the knowledge, skill, and the attitude, both teachers and the students. There will be requirement to reskill, and the teachers will have to motivate the students for improving self-learning, and also the new teaching pedagogy has to be implemented. Education 4.2 covers industry-ready curriculum along with innovative teaching pedagogy and use of artificial intelligence, flipped classroom, blended learning, self-regulated learning, inquiry-based learning, project-based learning, and having student-centered pedagogy. So what are the objectives for education 4.2? The first and foremost objective is making our students employable. We have to bridge the gap between industry and academics. Basically, we have to respond to the requirement of industry 4.2. We are having objective of introducing flexible learning, promotion of entrepreneurship, and ensuring 100% employability. So why should we go for education 4.2? We are looking at making our students employable, so they have to be made industry ready. So industry 3.2, it focused on automation, computers, and electronics. While the workplace of the future will be shaped by industry 4.2, the focus on computers, automation, electronics will remain, but it will be guided by artificial intelligence, cyber security, compact devices, and other smart technologies. So jobs are evolving rapidly as these innovations change roles and skills needed. Students have to have versatile skill sets and adaptability to thrive in the careers of the future. Just before this panel discussion, we had a speaker talking about there will be decline of about 83 million jobs and the growth of 69 million jobs. So basically, it means that various fields will lose relevance and new fields will come up. And learning is going to be much more different for new generations. It is said that most people in the future will have at least 6 different careers in their lifetime due to relentless speed of innovation, demanding new skills for keeping pace with this. So education has to keep pace with these changes, and education 4.0 is inevitable. The future of education, as I've already said, it will be focusing on having own curriculum, the flexible learning where a student can plan his own path of education, when and how to learn. Peer-to-peer learning will become more prominent, and the teachers, the faculty will primarily be the facilitators or the guides, and there'll be focus on blended learning, flipped classrooms, and then the term of BYOD, BYOD will be, that is bring your own device, will be the norm of the day, and we will focus on project-based learning and knowledge of multiple streams is going to be very, very important. Earlier, like we used to say that we had limited subjects, and then they getting dividing into various other streams. And initially, like the biology became zoology, anatomy, botany, then we had plant biology, and so many other things. Now, probably we have come a full circle where most of these streams are getting back, and this gap is reducing. Like today, medical is no more only about biology with the advancement of biotechnology. It is a combination of biology, engineering, IT, and many more things. One of my classmate and dear friend, who is a famous oncologist in US, he once said that we are no more doctors. Now we call ourselves medical engineers. Like there are instruments and various machines which give you the diagnosis, and then you use formulas, of course based on experience, to work out the prescription. So he says that now we are medical engineers. And so the future of education will be having more focus on field experience. The importance of internships, collaborative projects will gain prominence. The pattern of exams. Today, like we have an exam, we try to see that how well or not so well is being done by a student. But the result of exam may not necessarily mean that a topper will be having the topmost employable skills. And the other way around, somebody who may not have done very well in the exams, but he or she may be more employable than somebody who has done better in exams. So once we talk about education 4.2 promotion, certain barriers which are seen. The first thing is the knowledge gaps. That is learning of new teaching methods, or the focus or the knowledge about technology. So that is one thing, is a big gap. And there is a resistance to change. We all are happy with our traditional methods, and there is always a resistance to change. And then there is a huge academic industry gap. The requirement of Industry 4.2 is there, but our modern education system has to work a lot to realign with the requirements of Industry 4.2. And then there are resource constraints, because whenever we go in for any change, a lot of resources are required, money is required, so those issues are also there. But we have to overcome these barriers, because there is no choice but to go for Education 4.2. Here I would like to talk about disruptive technology, because it is one of the most important factors which is responsible for the dawn of Education 4.2. The disruptive technology is nothing but an innovation that significantly alters the way consumers, industries, and businesses operate. And here I remember a famous quote of American journalist and author Chris Hedges, born in 1956, and he became most famous when he wrote about Al-Qaeda in 2002. He has also been a minister. His famous quote is, "We now live in a world where doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, universities destroy knowledge, the press destroys information, religions destroy morals, and banks destroy the economy." This may not be true, very sweeping statement, but it conveys a message and sets the stage for Education 4.2, where we have to meet the requirement, how we have to skill our students who are going to be the citizens of the future, and how should we work about bringing this Education 4.2. So now this brings me to giving now a stage to my fellow panelists, and some of the discussion points which are there, and I'll request our panelists to initiate the discussion on these points. They can give their views for about 4 to 5 minutes. The first discussion point is, what are the top 2-3 trends in India in evolving higher education landscape we should look for? Obviously, while focusing on Education 4.2. And now may I request Dr. Manoharan, Director General of PDU, to give his thoughts on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, when we come to Industry 4.0 and then talking about integrating that to the curriculum, the greatest challenge, and also in the light of NEP, is how much percentage of the curriculum can go into experiential learning. So the curriculum design has completely changed now, and therefore we have skill-based training that is taking an edge over the conventional teaching. So the skill-based education is one factor, and then in technical education, especially we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, technologies that can sustain, and also we emphasize more on Make in India, Made in India concept. So that is taking a lead in the education. And of course, the third point is digital transformation. How do we empower our students in digital education? So the entire landscape has changed now in the last few years, and especially the infrastructural changes that has come to augment experiential learning has taken an edge over the conventional teaching. So I think I stop here with these three bullet points. One, digital transformation. Second, skill India transformation. And third is developing disruptive technologies for sustainable future. Yes.
Very relevant points raised by Dr. Manoharan. And as we go ahead in the panel discussion, we'll further explore this particular point. But now, moving on to the next discussion point is recognizing the significance of learning from the industry. How do you believe universities integrate industry certificates in curriculums to prepare students for in-demand jobs? So now may I request Dr. Ragin Shah to give his views on this.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, when we talk about the industry certification integration to the academic curricula or a curriculum, then already Philip of the SAP brief a lot about the industry academia integration and the disruptive technology like AI, ML and all IoT based incorporation in the curriculum. So I am not talking much about the industry orientation. But yes, the proactive, as far as universities are concerned, the proactive approach is very much necessary to inculcate the industry certifications to be incorporated into the curriculum. In this case, if I talk about the practicalities and what approaches my university has taken, just give you the few points. So in Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, we incorporated the startup innovation entrepreneurship in each and every courses. So that is what the new pedagogy we have adopted. But in that we realized that, see, we also got failure. So what kind of failure we got? That we incorporated the similar curriculum to all the branches, including pharmacy, including engineering, management, homeopathy, Ayurvedic, physiotherapy, nursing. Then we realized that actually the entrepreneurship structure of each design, pharmacy, engineering, all are different. So later on we modified the curriculum, and at present we have a structurized, personalized curriculum in each segment. So this is what one step we did. When I was a principal in the pharmacy college, then I established the MCure Pharmaceuticals Limited R&D center in my campus. And we collaborated in such a way that each and every project of the industry, along with that their scientists, our students will also practice in them. So such kind of collaborations required. And the third thing what I implemented is CED courses, Center for Entrepreneurship Development courses. In that also we changed a model that we invited industries for reskilling and upskilling methodologies, because we actually, the problem is we were not getting the real students to come on the board. So we changed the methodology and we invited the small scale industries, pharmaceutical industries, where such skilling is required. So such kind of proactive approach is necessary to incorporate into the academic curricula. This is what my preliminary observation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to share here that I made a visit to Swapnil University, and I can vouch for whatever he has said. And the best thing I found was that they have created an ecosystem so that this philosophy of innovation is ingrained into each and every student who becomes part of the university. And the kind of incubation center they have created, anybody and everybody, whosoever goes through the portals of that, will be automatically motivated to be working on the aspects of startups and bringing in innovations in their work. So that's really very interesting. And then the third discussion point which we have got for today's panel is talking about the rise of generative artificial intelligence and chat GPT. In your view, how is this influencing the future of work, skills and job opportunities? Dr. DJ Shah, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Myself, Dr. Dharmesh Shah. I am Vice Chancellor, Indrashil University. Basically, we are a corporate-driven university and promoted by Cadila Pharmaceuticals. So we have tried to change our system in a way that we give an openness to the student. So generally, in a university system, what we do is that we keep 100% syllabus fixed for each and every subject. And then we teach them everything, and then we are expecting our student to learn new things at their own after graduation. So instead of that, what we are trying to do is we have kept something open so that they do learn something on their own, which actually helps them in the future also. Now coming back to the point where how generative AI and chat GPT kind of things are going to evolve, and it is going to actually disrupt the workforce. See, what I understand is that when computers came, we all were worried that these are going to take away jobs. Then we came up with a like 2K problem, Y2K problem, and then we said, okay, this is going to again disturb the workforces, right? But it's not, it has not happened. Only thing that the pace at which it is coming up is actually the challenging. Generative AI is definitely going to help, but it's not going to take up the jobs. See, ultimately what generative AI is going to do, it's going to generate ideas, thoughts, text, patterns, digital artifacts in the future, which right now we are doing when the human beings are employed for this kind of job, basically they are doing it repetitively. So generative AI and AI is basically going to take away the jobs which are routine in nature. But at the same time, it is again going to open a new avenues where we have to think differently to apply for the task. Again, every work requires certain jobs to be done. Every job requires certain tasks to be done, right? These AI tools are going to take up the task and not the jobs and not the work. So we have to think differently. If our syllabus is made in a way, because like if the generative AI is applied in education also, it's going to help the student to understand things differently, understand the various perspective of the application that they are going to learn. So if they learn it right away in the classroom with the digital technologies, then probably it is going to help them also for the near futures. I think LinkedIn presented right facts that 83 million jobs are going to be outdated, but at the same time 63 million new jobs are going to be created. India having a youngest pool of youngest pool kids available, if they have been trained for the future with the generative AI and digital technologies, probably they are going to rule the world like what we are doing in the software industry. It's not only going to take away the jobs, it's also going to create new avenues of job for the young kids who are again tech savvy, but we have to mold them in a way that actually helps the community and industry at a large point of view. That's what.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Parag Sanghani, Provost from PP Savani University. I think I would like to add what Professor Manoharan or my fellow colleagues DJ Shah and Ragin Vyas said. The major area where we are today, this panel focus is, developing education 4.0 pedagogy. And I will say that generally any education has to focus on 3 H: heart, hand and head. I will say that head part is now taken care by all the technological aspects, and the knowledge is free, democratization of knowledge. So you can get it whenever you want it and wherever you want it. And every higher education institute to incorporate that, the students will have a flexibility through blended learning, flipped classrooms, where they can get the knowledge. But our major role in pedagogy has to be focused on hand, which is the ancient Indian wisdom, where at the guru's, ashram, students are doing the things, working on every aspects of the life, and they learn. So we at PP Savani University focus on this area, and every institution into future has to bring the industries, what American systems are doing, where you will say that every university has an industry corporate parks within their campus, if you know the Stanford or MIT and all that. So that's where I learned from the PDU. They have some, industry, solar plant in their campus, or I will say Ragin Vyas in their campus. So we also trying to do that part. We have to change in our curriculum, that we do not have a time that we change our syllabus after 5 years or 6 years. Every year new things comes, we have to incorporate, and there all the technology partners, what certification programs, industries like, whether it's a LinkedIn or a Coursera or any industry partners who are, SAP or, whoever is there, we have to embed that into our curriculum. And the success of a university depends on how well we embed it. It's like that, technology is there, how well you utilize there, right? I have an iPhone and someone else also has iPhone, but how well I'm using that in my delivery, in my curriculum. So whole curriculum has to design in such a way that student gets flexibility, students get freedom to learn at their own pace. At the same time, their heart and hand both should be developed, because major challenge is how to handle failures, how to handle the, so much information in this life. So that's where at PP Savani University, we are focusing on this 2H more than the only head part, which was the more throwing the information and all that. And I personally felt that industry, 4.0, same way, education 4.0 has to focus on this 2H more. And entire curriculum should be designed in such a way that how we will make our students' hands, today the handwork is moving out. That's why in many engineering colleges I see that no AC classroom, because engineer has to look upon and work on a field. So that's what I feel, that in a curriculum aspects, we have to inculcate these aspects in a more detail and blend all this technology in such a way that our students get the best academic, delivery. So that's what my take. Sorry, I just...
Thank you, Dr. Parag. Very relevant point, that we have to see that the continuous evolution should be the norm, because the way technology and everything is changing, we cannot afford to be left behind. And as we say that change is the new normal now. So moving on to the next discussion point.
Sir, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, please.
Very good afternoon to all of you. This is Dr. Gandhinagar, Director of Lakshmi Institute of Management. With due respect, Dr. DJ Shah, sir, I liked your opinion on this point, but I have a few clarifications on it. Because you started mentioning from the 2000K, 2K, the problem has arisen, and the computer era has started, and digital era is moving ahead like anything every day. There's, like Shah sir has mentioned, every day new technology is invented and introduced into the society. So now we as educators, the moment the technology is developing, we are talking about the curriculum designing and redesigning. So how fastly or how frequently we should go upon this, giving an enlightening, focusing on new development of a curriculum. By that time, the one more technology will introduce. How frequently bringing these changes, it's a major challenge for the teaching fraternity at the higher education institutions today, what I feel. But the moment we come out with the curriculum design changing, making it accepting from the student fraternity is also major challenge, for which the faculties are not willing to accept to bring that kind of a changes, one thing. Second thing is, their mindset is also not open. They themselves are not willing to accept everything with 100% changes what is happening in the today industrial expectations. So this is the greatest challenge for us. How you, in your opinion, would like to, face these kind of a challenges, please, sir.
Yeah. I think very relevant. What I wanted to convey here is, as the technology changes faster, and if you continue practice 3 years BOS, that after one batch is out, then only we'll have the revision of syllabus, this is not going to work. So probably what we need to do is that in all subjects, fundamentals are fundamental. So let us only focus on the fundamentals and keep certain part of 30 to 40%, even 25% of the syllabus open. So every year before start of the term, your faculty member along with the industry expert and research organization sit together and fix those 25 to 30%, whatever openness you want to keep it. So advantage is that every year you will be able to focus on the 25 to 40% openness that you are addressing. That needs to be along with the current trends in industry or technological changes. Here again, question will come that if some student has an backlog in the previous semester, how are we going to address? So let us keep the exam part, so the assessment part focused, theoretical part focused on that 60% or 70% that you have, and remaining part which you are changing every year, you keep it as an open assessment system. So that student who are because again, those student has a backlog in the previous year also need to match the technology, right? So keep that openness, and then faculty also has to become open. Basically, the issue that we are facing today is that a faculty who is preparing a manpower for the industry has never gone to industry. Let us accept this as a fact. So unless we push our faculty member to go to industry every year and connect them with an apprenticeship, because again everything is linked to the salary. Right? So if you connect them with an appraisal system also, and then give a good appraisal, those who are doing that. So that will actually try to compensate. See, we'll not be able to meet the exact pace of the industry, but at least by doing this every year with an openness in our content, we'll be at least able to meet certain requirements of industry, and that will help our students for the placement also, and for the innovative technology also. So that's what my take is.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So next discussion point is, as the future of work undergoes rapid transformation, there is a growing need to develop emerging digital skills. How are you addressing this demand? Mr. Swapnil Ajmera, please.
Thank you, Dr. Vyas. So I think we had a good start on this point from Dr. Manohar when he mentioned that there is already a shift that we are experiencing from experiential learning to a skill-based learning, and so as the new skill of emerging skills or technology skills have come up. And post-pandemic has been the most evident part, wherein we have seen rapidly these skills changing, not only from the technology standpoint, but also talking about adaptability, agility, problem-solving mindset. Having said that, the large part of the focus still being on the emerging skills, I would like to give my perspective both from the university as well as from the industry perspective coming from Coursera, and how we are catering to this by developing these skills, working with the universities as the strategic partner. So I think the first area wherein we believe that we can work is, of course, the curriculum enhancement and also strengthening our academics. And we've been talking right from the beginning is that can be done by bringing in more industry relevant content and try to bridge this gap between what employers are seeking and how to make our students more job ready, including the skills which we are talking about. Second, I also feel we need to nudge upon the topic that faculties also need to get the development in the emerging technology space, especially when we talk about areas like online content creation, we talk about digital pedagogy, digital training needs, and also as we see that there's large amount of significance which is given to self-paced learning, modules or skill-based learning. I think this is high time that the faculties also pick up this when you mentioned, sir, that, okay, 25% learning has to happen in this way. So I think that's a good area to start with. Second, I believe, is also the industry partnerships themselves. Like universities are trying to collaborate to make curriculum more meaningful. But I recently read an article from UGC chairman Jagdish Kumar sir as well that micro-credentials are the catalyst for the higher education institutions, and wherein professional certifications are carrying a lot more meaning now, which means effectively we are again talking about placing skills over the degree that we are looking at right now, which effectively means that our students are equipped with the right kind of skills to become more employable. So I think that's one of the area, and I would like to highlight a point here about Coursera as to how we are helping universities. Is we have 125 plus professional certifications coming from hundreds plus industry leaders like Google, Amazon, Meta, Cisco, and so forth, enabling the students to acquire those job-ready skills. And we took a survey about an year before, wherein 85% of the employers did mention that they would like to recruit the students who have, along with the formal degree, if they have some kind of a professional certification. And vis-a-vis, students also were kind of interested to enroll in the universities, which gives these hands-on learning and industry exposure as well. So it goes very well hand in hand from the students as well as the employer standpoint. Lastly, I would like to make a point about the digital learning platform, and of course, Coursera also sits in the same domain. By really extending the arms to the universities, and again referring to Dr. Shah, your point is, and thankfully to UGC, that opening about 40% of the learning to various other learning formats, online and MOOC learning also included in that. That gives a good amount of flexibility, I believe, for the universities to tackle the problem which, sir, you asked, that how do we integrate and keep on updating the curriculum? And this is one area that we would kind of want to help the universities, and by bringing in more specializations, minors, majors, and directly from the industry experts, as well as some of the universities which have explored widely in these areas. So I think it is high time that we leverage upon those kind of technical skill set and kind of embed in that 25% learning basket that sir also mentioned about. And summing up, by experiential learning, I think that has always been the quest for all the universities, that how do we include more of project-based learning. And I think that space has also taken up a little bit when we are talking about emerging skills by online learning tools. So if we can somewhere give more exposure to the newer relevant tools which the industry are working on, I think we are through on the lines of developing the emerging skills for the job readiness. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Swapnil. I think the flexible curriculum is the key requirement to meet this requirement. Moving on to next discussion point. Constantly shifting employability skills also require constant faculty development. And NEP also puts faculty at the heart of the learning process. What are the specific measures you are taking to equip your faculty in emerging tech? Mr. Parth, Kotecha, please.
Very good afternoon to all of you, and first of all, very much thankful to Android Media Group and Kumar Anand for inviting me and sharing the stage with all the experts of education field. Well, to develop faculty, first is more important now than they go to the classrooms. Because now students have anything they can search with the 2 clicks of mouse. Under the sun, they can find anything. We are talking about 4.0, we are talking about AI, we are talking about faculty development, we are talking about students development. And since morning, I'm seeing the same discussions that's going on. What basic things that we need to do is that we need to make aware our students first that what are the new technologies that coming every day out. Just discussing, meeting, and discussing points won't help them. I just have seen, because being a motivational speaker also, I have made more than 10,000 students till now all over the India, not just Gujarat. What the basic thing is specially required for us in our state is that I always tell to the students that it should be start that even the color of your bedroom should not be decided by your parents. This is the first step that you start taking decisions. After that AI will come, after that 12.0 will come, after that development will come. Second, one of the panelists says that even we need to, sir, you only mentioned that we need to force our teachers to accept those things. They should be ready at any given point of time. It's a responsibility of our education institutes and all of us that we ask our teachers that first of all, you should be ready to adopt, accept any new technology that comes, and because if you won't get updated, you will be not there anywhere. Now the thing is that earlier there was the competition between humans to human. Now the competition is that you have to be good with that damn machine that doing the work, and that's why otherwise you will be replaced. Not other. We all are thinking about that how jobs will go away, how things will be difficult. It won't be difficult unless and until you have a talent, you have a skills that 5 or 10 competitors does not have. You will be accepted. So this is what we need to teach our students. This is what we need to tell our faculty members, that they should not just come in a classroom and vomit whatever they have mugged up, but at least they should be prepared enough that anything's come to them, they should be able to answer the questions of the students. They should be updated by themselves, because even a one single lecture if you want to take, you need a preparation earlier for 3 to 4 hours, and then only you can go in the classroom. I know that because I have been in one of the prestigious school of India, the Rajkumar College, Rajkot, taking a legacy of 154 years. I have seen those teachers in my life. That even today, where earlier we did have so much of technologies, but whenever we used to listen them, those teachers used to be the idol. So still moving with the technology, but we need to keep our basics every day where we enter into the schools, colleges, or even in the classrooms. We need to teach our students there. We are discussing about all these points, but I'm sure that plenty of students, those who go every day to their universities, colleges, carrying their bag on their shoulder at 8 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning, commit back again by 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and if you ask them that what you have learned something new, they won't have any answer. So the best thing is that first make them aware that these are the opportunities for you available over there. Now it's up to you, and we are not going to do something for them. We just have to show them a path, that this is the road that you have to travel, and this is the opportunity available for you. Now it's up to you that what you are going to do it. By using of, like we discussed about Chat GPT, just ask them that use that application only where you need to filter your words or drafting that you have made. But don't just train them that do the entire drafting by Chat GPT, because by doing that, you will miss your skills that you already have. Finally, I would just like to conclude by saying that all these technologies should be updated, accepted, but at the same time, we should know that what priority we need to give to somewhere, all the technologies. Still, reading a newspaper in a mobile, we feel difficult, but we always prefer to read a newspaper having it in our hand, right? So we have a technology right now, but we are still not living our basics. At last, we need to create warriors in every generation. What question was being asked, the last thing, and I would conclude my word, a question was being asked to the Sheikh of Dubai bin Rashid, that what you want to say about the development that you have made and how you see the futures of coming generations. He told that my great-grandfather used to go in camel. My grandfather, he used to go in a Mercedes. I am driving a Ferrari. My son is driving a Bugatti. His son will again go in a camel. Because tough time makes strong person. Strong person makes an easy time. And easy time makes a weak person. So in every generation we need a warriors. First thing that we need to do with our students is that they should know to take their decisions by their own. And these are the opportunities that every teachers and each and every persons of universities, schools, colleges need to do is show them the path. You are not going to walk along through them. Show them the path and allow them to take the decisions by their own. Thank you very much.
Tough times create strong persons. I really like the enthusiasm of Mr. Parth, and I think when he talks about bringing revolution in education, like they starting with deciding the color of the bedroom. So once we talk about bringing a student to the center stage in education 4.0, I think nothing better than the revolution, bringing in revolution in the whole system. So my next discussion point is, how is education facilitating lifelong learning for students in our fast evolving world? Dr. Shrikant, please.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Shrikant from UPL University of Sustainable Technology, Ankaleshwar. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk on this particular topic. It contains now two distinct things. Our topic is about innovative pedagogy and readiness for industry skills. Now, it inevitably contains the learning part. And learning is not something which happens overnight or in a moment. It is for any academic institute or organization to impart knowledge as the basic thing in the process of learning. Now, there are courses which may be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years like. So, they are full with the stuff of academic things like technological subjects, science subjects, and so on and so forth. However, the real learning is something different, which we have to understand that it takes its own time and it comes through experience. As Bhagavad Gita also tells, Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitramiha vidyate, tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindati. It takes time, kalena atmani vindati. It takes its own time for learning. Industry skills are also not available at your doorstep. It takes its own time. So for that, there are various aspects which have to be considered. We cannot send our students every day in and out to industry to learn the skills. However, at our university, there are certain initiatives which we have been taking since beginning that we try to connect the industry people with our students quite often. So, in first place, it may seem rather unreasonable or maybe unwieldy to manage. However, it happens, and I am the person who has been experiencing these things for last more than 10 years. We call industry people 4 times in a semester to share their knowledge, share their practices with our students, for every student in a class. Then we take our students 4 times in a semester to industry. So thus, there are 8 essential contact hours in a given semester for every student with industry. Then we also we have also made it compulsory for our faculty members to take 15 days training in industry every year. And for that, we give them extra money also. And they have to choose their own industry depending upon their discipline, contact industry people, and take training. So thus, they also get new practices of industry, new knowledge of industry, and they experience these things they can share with their students. Third thing we do, that we send our students after every year to industry for internship. After first year, it is a 15 days, 1 week of this thing, industry training. After second year, it is 15 days. And after third year, it is 30 days. So thus, the industry contact hours are replete with their curriculum. They are adjoined with their curriculum. It is also evaluated at the end of the semester. So thus, we have increased the contact hours of our students with industry. Now, the second thing, that how this lifelong learning will take place. So for that, we have created a system which we call as peer learning initiative, in which the senior students teach their juniors. So those who are good at certain subjects, those who have got good grades in their earlier examinations, they are given this opportunity to teach their juniors under the guidance of the faculty members, of course, and we also pay them for it. It's not free of cost. If a student takes a lecture, he gets per hour certain remuneration. So thus, a student is motivated to learn something new and even develop a teaching skill in his own acumen. So this is the kind of environment we have created in our university, and we have received very good response from students as well as teachers, and probably the name of our university, UPL University itself, tells that it is supported by the agrochemical industry, UPL Limited. So we have been motivating students almost every day in various aspects. To tell you about something like value education, we have recently introduced certain Bhagavad Gita classes for our students. And there are organizations who offer themselves free of cost to tell something from Bhagavad Gita to students. Of course, we have kept it voluntary. We have not made it compulsory. Those who wish to attend these discourses, they are free to do so. So these kinds of activities we are employing in our university. And we have received really very good response from students. Apart from other activities like sports and cultural, value education is also there. And we have provided them with umpteen opportunities towards these initiatives. So one more thing which I would like to add here, that many people say that in the new generation, the respect towards elders, etc., is not being seen. However, that is not the case. Now we have also initiated a thought process among students that how can we think about a geriatric care center in our university, so that it also creates jobs for those who are interested in that, as well as the elders or the old people can get some care if they are not able to get that care from their family members. So these kinds of things also we are initiating. We are located in a region which is very near to tribal area. So in tribal area, there are many students who cannot afford to have higher education because of higher fee. But we have provided them with 100% fee waiver. And for that, I am glad to share with you that many industries have come forward to give sumptuous funds to this scholarship fund. And up till now, we have helped about 350 students for almost 100% fee waiver. So their fee is taken care of by the concerned industry. And we are in very close contact with these industry people. And every semester, we send them the results of these students, that how they are faring in their examinations. And these industries are also very kind in offering good jobs to these industries. One example just I would like to share with you and conclude my speech. One of the girl students from this tribal area, she got full education free for 4 years in electrical engineering, and she did so well that she was selected as the best student of the university, because she was topper in university, she was topper in GTU results also, she was selected in placement, but later on she opted for coming back to university and give her services to university, because she owes all her education to the university. Now she is lecturer with us and she is doing very fine. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Shrikant. When we talk about lifelong learning in continuously evolving world, I think all of us have to learn the art of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Since it has been conveyed that the time is up, but in case any of the fellow panelists has to add on, so I shall welcome that. And also, if there are any questions from the audience, we'll be happy to answer.
Is there any question from audience?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone wants to take a
So
lunch.
that may be the reason. But going by the topic of this panel discussion, we know that there is no choice but to embark on Education 4.0, where knowledge is promoted, and this is the knowledge with the ethics, which is meaningful and effective. India historically has been the land of knowledge, virtues, and wealth. We all know that about 1,000 years back, in 1000 CE, we commanded 30% of the world GDP. And why I say 1000 CE? Because it was just before when the invaders started coming to this country. And slowly our GDP share kept reducing from 30% in 1000 CE to 24% in 1700 CE when just before the East India Company came. Then it reduced to 16% in 1820, further reduction 12% in 1817. Finally, when we got independence in 1947, it was just 4% share. And today, after more than 75 years of independence, and having done so well in last couple of decades, today we are having just 8 to 9% of the world's GDP. So just imagine when we had 30% share. So basically it was when we were the knowledge guru, we had knowledge, virtue and wealth. So the wealth comes only through knowledge. And when we talk about Education 4.0, it may look like something very new, but Dr. Parag, when he talked about our Gurukul system, if we recall the basic structure of the Gurukul system, we may draw some parallel with Education 4.0, when we had flexibility in learning, deciding the pace of learning, and then it was an application-based teaching. So there is a parallel. We had a system which was actually much advanced, but maybe this Macaulay factor devastated the whole thing, and now we are in a position we have to rediscover, reinvent, reorient the whole thing. One point I would like to mention that we keep saying that like we have to do this, we have to do that, a lot of changes have to be brought about. But the fact remains that in general, we Indians are doing well. Like you will see most of these multinational companies, so many CEOs are Indians only. Yes, sir. So just one point I would like to add that, like why we are doing so well, because we are fiercely competitive. But there is a side effect of this competitiveness, that we lose the aspect of ethics and values. So when we have to adopt Education 4.0, I think this education should be with ethics, empathy and endurance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I request all of you to stay on the stage, and I request to our session moderator to felicitate other panelists who are present on stage. Can we have certificates on the stage, please? I request to Mr. P.C. Vyas to felicitate Dr. Mahendra Sarma, Pro-Chancellor and Director General. Vice Chancellor, he's not here, all right. I request you to felicitate Mr. Parth Kotecha, Associate Vice President, Noble University, Junagadh. Thank you so much for giving your time. I request you to felicitate Dr. D.J. Shah, Provost, Indrashil University, Rajpur. Dr. Parag Sanghani, Provost, PP Savani University, Surat. Dr. S. Sundar Manoharan, Vice Chancellor, Pandit Deendayal Energy University, Gandhinagar. Dr. Shrikant wagh, Provost, UPL University of Sustainable Technology, Bharuch. Dr. Ragin, Provost, Swarnim Startup and Innovation University, Gandhinagar. Yes, we can moving forward for the next. Mr. Swapnil Ajmera, Director, Coursera for Campus. I request you to Parth Kotecha to felicitate our session moderator, Mr. P.C. Vyas, Director, Institute of Advanced Research, Gandhinagar.